What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm going to talk about the disconnect between humans and God, and in the spiritual realms and in these higher realms, and when it comes to love, the disconnect between human beings and love from source energy, from God or the Creator. Now, the reason why I said it's because I feel like every single human being, every single person, we all have to abide by some type of substance or some type of escape just for us to cope with life. For example, you see people who are alcoholics. You see people, anyone that has some type of addictions. The reasons why they have those is because they lack love within their life. Now, most of it is because of parenting, where they were born and their upbringing was because of bad parenting. So where the typical average female mother doesn't know how to raise her kids right, so she's not meeting their kids' need, emotional. So people with most people, they never had the emotional needs met from their caretakers, from their parents growing up. New Mindframe talks about this in her YouTube channel. And that's true because most people are dumb and retarded. And what happens when most people are dumb and retarded? Because of the foods we eat, because of the programming, because of social media programming, because of money enslavement that adds a lot of stress. We're not living life, we're surviving. That creates a lot of confusion and dysfunction. So when you have two people who are very dysfunctional, who aren't healed because of this life that doesn't make you healed, they have kids, and then they raise their kids at such a horrible way to where they're not getting their emotional needs met. Not saying everyone, but most people. So when these same kids who never got the emotional needs met grow up, now it's like, now when they go about life as they get older, they fall to bad habits and addictions like smoking, drinking, being alcoholic, maybe being a sex addict. It could be stealing, it could be crime. It could be through anything. Even if they're successful, if they're making a lot of money, or if they're very talented in life, where they're very good at sports, or they're very good at, I don't know, drawing, painting, they have a skill or talent, they still more likely will have like a addiction, like smoking, drinking, partying, sex, etc. You know, it could be anything. This is why you see people who are famous, they tend to have bad addictions because if we look at their background, they were abused growing up. Either that and or they never had their emotional needs met. But then I'm talking about for people like that. I'm talking about for everyone in general. Everyone in general, because there's different layers to this. The reason why most people are confused, they don't know who or what God is, how the afterlife works. Just the fact that we don't have answers like that. I understand we gotta use our intuition, and life is all about perspectives. I understand. But just the fact that we don't have any knowledge that what happens after we die, that shows you that we have such a huge disconnect from source energy, from God. This is why a lot of people are mentally disturbed. A lot of people are always looking for an outlet for them to kind of cope with life. All the things we do is because we're coping with life. This dimension, this 3D dimension is extremely low vibrational. It's extremely low. It's extremely just, it's evil. It's wicked. It sucks. It fucking sucks. There's no advanced technology. We're enslaved. We're not living life. We're surviving. We're ruled by the money system that controls our lives. So everything we do is not out of like our true heart's desires, it's out of survival. But we just normalize it and we're just used to it. So that in itself creates a huge disconnect between us and source energy from God, our creator, the higher power, in these spiritual realms, in these higher vibrational realms and spirits. And this is why we have so many wars, battles, confusion, enslavement, lack of education, lack of guidance, and all this. We're just navigating through life out of survival. So we're all living life confused and trying to do the best we can. It's been going on for a long ass time. This is why there's been history of like enslavement, racism, just third world countries, poverty, wars, battles, violence, etc. So there definitely is a huge disconnect. A lot of people, they don't feel whole within themselves. This is why, especially in this timeline where we have so much twin flames and soulmates coming to the surface, they're talking about twin flame separations, or just the fact that we have a lot of twin flames, it just shows how fucked up and damaged we are as a collective, you know? You look at, like, you observe everyone's life. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, because part of being a human is being fucked up, and because the human being is a bastard creation. You know, this is why people like to call it we're fallen angels, or half demon, half angel the human body is, or we fell from grace. There's different terms for it, but I do believe to a certain extent that the human body is a fucked up creation. It is, even though the human body has some good parts, it also has bad parts to it. The human body is very limited. We don't have free will like that, and we're controlled by astrological influences. Chauncey Wan talks about this, and he goes into detail how we don't have free will, and we're manipulated by astrology. And he's very right. So without a doubt, we do have a huge disconnect from God and the Creator. This is why people, they don't have actual answers when it comes to God or the Creator. They may claim they do, or even they do have an actual relationship with God or the Creator. They still feel pain. They're still looking for love. They're still chasing. Every single human being, we're always chasing. Now, just the fact that you realize this, now how do you combat that? You combat that by, of course, New Mind Frame talks about this, and John C. and other people on YouTube. They talk about the importance of doing the healing work. You have to do shadow work. You have to heal your traumas, your emotional wounds, and you have to follow your passions and do things you actually enjoy doing. If you're doing anything that stresses you out, like the type of job you work at, the types of people you're around with, then that's going to make your healing journey a lot slower. So focus on the things you do love and try to reprogram your subconscious and unconscious mind and programming, and you'll be straight. Obviously, a lot more work to do, like self-love affirmations. Check out New Mind Frame's channel and New Mind Frame Tarot. She goes into detail on how to do those stuff. She has her whole channel and videos are dedicated to healing, pretty much. Check out New Mind Frame. So, just the fact that as human beings, we automatically feel disconnected and from God and from source energy. I'm not sure that's part of the human. I feel like it is part of the human experience to feel disconnected and separated from God or source energy. If so, then it is what it is. This is how it is. So the best thing we could do is, like I said, do the healing work and focus our passions and our talents and do the best we can and try to help other people. Try to make this world a better place the best way you can, and try to find solutions on how to make this world a better place. But regardless, I just feel like it just seems like God. I feel like I've heard many theories about the human experience. I've heard theories where like human beings were meant to suffer, or like human beings were like meant to go through a lot of torturing, or like in order for your soul or spirit to grow and evolve, your spirit has to incarnate into a human body just so they could learn lessons and grow and evolve as a spirit or as a soul. And what's the best way for souls and spirits to grow and to experience a lot of rapid change is for them to experience suffering and pain. And what's the best way to do that? To incarnate into a 3D human experience. I'm not sure how it is with animals, but I'm sure it's the same thing. But more so, human beings seems to be more popular when it comes to reincarnation. Which makes sense. This is why every human being goes through pain, goes through bullshit, and they feel disconnected from God. This is why we're not living life. We're all coping through life. Part of it is because we do have a disconnect from God and source energy, but we also, I blame the system. I blame this evil world because we're ruled by money and we're ruled by pedophiles who rule this fucking world. A lot of just the fact that we live in a realm or reality where evil people and pedophiles have control over this realm and reality for thousands of years, that's a fucking problem. There's so much enslavement. Because I feel like God or the universe or this reality allows this thing to happen. This is why I kind of view this earth or the human experience as a test to see how much pain and suffering you're willing to tolerate, so for your soul and spirit to grow and evolve, and how much faith you have within the Creator. But it's just stupid. The regulations, the rules, and astrological influences, it's all fucking dumb. I hate the human experience. It's so fucking annoying. It's fucking retarded. It's why I don't take life personal, but I take life seriously so I can become great and navigate this life in one piece the best way I can through hard work. That's what I mean by I take life seriously to become great. But I don't take life personally because everything is pre-planned. Astrology and energy controls our free will. God likes to troll humans and cause suffering, and part of the human experience is to experience suffering. This is why with Chauncey we have a nervous system, we feel pain, we have pain receptors, etc. And this human experience I also view as a test to see how much faith we have within God or the Creator, or just other bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? So there definitely is a huge disconnect. This is why a lot of people have closed off hearts. A lot of females are stuck up and bitches. This is why you observe every human being. We're all damaged. Every human being is mentally disturbed and they're distraught. Most parents are dumb as fuck. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. So everything is a fucking mess because of our disconnects from God, our Creator, and the source energy. Now what things do we have to do to even just the fact that human beings even gotta pray and beg? Praying is no different than begging. You know what I'm saying? And I'm aware of that, but I still do it because I'm aware we are in the hell. We live in the hellish realm, in the hellish body. You know what I'm saying? We're enslaved, and God doesn't do shit but for us to experience that shit, so God can kind of observe us and see if we'll pass the test. I don't think it's even a test. It's more so for your soul and spirit to grow and evolve, because the human experience, it all deals with suffering. So that shit makes sense. Even though I'm aware of that, I still pray to God, because yeah, I am gonna beg and ask God for some shit I need, at least in this realm. Because how I look at it, if I'm gonna suffer and go through bullshit out of my control in this realm, I might as well beg and annoy God for at least giving me the shit I need to navigate through this world in one piece and make me happy temporarily. You know what I'm saying? That's why most people pray for like materialistic items and gifts and money and shit like that. Whereas nothing wrong with that, but the reason why they do is because we live in an evil ass money enslavement corrupt system. That's why we're materialistic, and the human body is not designed to feel satisfied. Just like what Chantuan said. Shout out to Chantuan, you know. But now what steps do you gotta take to feel connected towards the Creator or God? Like I said, just do the healing work. Become the best version of yourself. Follow your heart. Do what you love. Do shadow work and heal your traumas. Do therapy work. Do spiritual practices. Do purging. Do crying out. Do releasing anger. Do releasing your stuck pent up emotions. That's how you also break generational curses. And do the things you love doing, and that's how you come closer to God. Or at least it's gonna seem like, or it's gonna feel like. Any person, I feel like will never feel connected to God, but we could at least feel something like that. But that's all I gotta say, and hope this video helps, and have a good one. Peace.